The date is October 15th. For millions of Americans, this isn't just another autumn day. It's the final, absolute deadline to file their federal tax return. Yet, a staggering number of people, nearly 1 in 3 who filed for an extension, will miss this critical cutoff. Why does this happen year after year? The answer is often deceptively simple: because they waited. They fell into the trap of procrastination, believing that one more day wouldn't make a difference. They saw the 6-month extension granted back in April not as a tool for gathering complex documents, but as a license to delay. But the clock doesn't stop, and the IRS calendar is unforgiving. That one more day has run out. Today is the day. Don't be one of them. If you filed Form 4868 for an automatic 6-month extension, your completed tax return is due by midnight tonight. Before we proceed, a quick but important disclaimer: this information is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal or financial advice. Tax situations are unique, and you should always consult with a credentialed tax professional, like a CPA or an enrolled agent, for guidance tailored to your circumstances. So, let's be crystal clear about who this deadline impacts. This is specifically for individuals and businesses who requested an extension on or before the original April tax deadline. This is not for those who already filed their return back in the spring. If you filed and paid on time, you can breathe easy. This deadline is the end of the line for the extension period. It's crucial to understand that an extension to file is not an extension to pay. Any tax you estimated you would owe should have been paid back in April to avoid penalties and interest. We'll talk more about that in a moment. There are some exceptions to this deadline. Typically for taxpayers in federally declared disaster areas, certain members of the military serving in combat zones, or citizens living abroad. The IRS announces these exceptions on its website, but for the vast majority of extension filers, today is the final call. What exactly must be filed today? Your complete and accurate federal income tax return. For most individuals, this means Form 1040, along with any required schedules or additional forms. This could include Schedule A for itemizing deductions, Schedule C for self-employment income, or Schedule D for capital gains and losses. It's not enough to just send in a partially completed form. The return must be considered valid, which means it includes all your income, claims only the deductions and credits you're entitled to, is properly signed, and has all necessary supporting documents attached. Rushing can lead to errors, and an inaccurate return can be flagged for review or even rejected, which is the same as not filing at all. So take a deep breath and double-check your work. Ensure your name, address, and social security numbers are correct. Accuracy is just as important as timeliness. Now let's talk about payment. Any remaining tax balance you owe is also due today. If you paid an estimate in April but your final return shows you owe more, that difference must be paid now. This is where the consequences of missing the deadline begin to bite. The IRS imposes 2 main types of penalties: failure to file and failure to pay. The failure to file penalty is severe. It's calculated at 5% of the unpaid taxes for each month or part of a month that a return is late, capped at 25%. The failure to pay penalty is smaller, at 0.5% per month, also capped at 25%. If both apply, the failure to file penalty is reduced. On top of these penalties, interest will be charged on the underpayment, and it can also be charged on the penalties themselves. This is how a manageable tax bill can quickly spiral into a significant debt. The single most important thing you can do to stop the bleeding is to file your return today, even if you can't pay the full amount you owe. The failure to file penalty is 10 times higher than the failure to pay penalty. File now. So, what are your fastest options for filing? Without a doubt, electronic filing, or e-filing, is the best method. It's fast, secure, and you get a confirmation from the IRS that your return has been received and accepted, usually within 24 to 48 hours. This confirmation is your proof of filing on time. You can e-file through a reputable tax software program, a trusted online tax preparation service, or by using a tax professional who is an authorized e-file provider. When you e-file, the software does the math for you. which significantly reduces the chance of calculation errors. It will also guide you through the process, asking questions to ensure you don't miss any important deductions or credits. Before you hit that Submit button, review the PDF summary of your return one last time. Once you submit, save a digital copy of the return and the electronic filing confirmation. This is your official receipt. What if e-filing isn't an option and time is almost up? If you must file a paper return, you need to act with extreme urgency. Your return must be postmarked by midnight tonight. Simply dropping it in a mailbox isn't enough, as you'll have no proof of when you mailed it. The best practice is to take it to the post office and send it via certified mail with a return receipt. The stamped certified mail receipt is your legal proof of a timely filing. Be sure to check the post office's hours, as many close long before midnight. Don't assume you can just drop it off late. If you miss the postmark deadline, your return is considered late. Given the processing delays that can occur with paper returns, e-filing remains the vastly superior option, but a properly postmarked paper return is a valid and timely filing. Once you've filed, the next step is to pay what you owe. The IRS offers several fast and secure ways to pay your tax bill. The best option for most people is IRS Direct Pay. It's a free and secure service on the IRS website that allows you to pay directly from your checking or savings account. You don't even need to create an account. Another excellent option is the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, or EFTPS. This is a more robust system used by many businesses and individuals. It's also free, but it requires enrollment, which can take a few days, so it's best for those who have already signed up. You can also pay via debit card, credit card, or digital wallet. This is convenient, but be aware that third-party payment processors will charge a fee for this service. The fee is typically a flat amount for debit cards or a percentage of the payment for credit cards. For very large payments, a same-day wire transfer from your bank is an option, though it may involve bank fees. And of course, you can still mail a check or money order with your paper return, or with Form 1040-V, the payment voucher. Make it payable to the U.S. Treasury, and include your name, address, and social security number on the check. But what if you've completed your return and you see a balance due that you simply cannot pay in full right now? This is a stressful situation, but it's manageable, and you have options. The most important rule is to still file your return on time. Do not delay filing because you can't pay. As we discussed, the failure to file penalty is much harsher than the failure to pay penalty. Once you've filed, you can apply for a payment plan with the IRS. If you owe less than $50,000 in combined tax, penalties, and interest, you may qualify for a short-term payment plan of up to 180 days or a long-term installment agreement. The fastest way to apply is through the online payment agreement tool on the IRS website. The application is quick, and you'll often receive an immediate decision. An installment agreement allows you to make manageable monthly payments for up to 72 months. While penalties and interest will continue to accrue until the balance is paid in full, setting up a formal plan keeps you in good standing with the IRS and prevents more aggressive collection actions. Regardless of how you file or pay, meticulous documentation is your best friend. In the rush of a deadline, it's easy to forget this step, but it's critical. Save a complete copy of your filed tax return, both digitally as a PDF and as a paper printout. Keep your e-file acceptance confirmation or your certified mail receipt in a safe place. If you make a payment, save the confirmation email, the bank statement showing the withdrawal, or the canceled check. If you set up an installment agreement, save the confirmation and the terms of the agreement. Create a dedicated folder, either physical or digital, for this tax year, and put everything related to your return in it. This organized record will be invaluable if you ever receive a notice from the IRS or need to reference your return in the future. If at any point today you feel overwhelmed, confused, or unsure about your situation, it's time to get professional help. Don't guess. A qualified tax professional, like a certified public accountant, CPA, an enrolled agent, EA, or a tax attorney, can provide clarity and peace of mind. They can ensure your return is accurate help you find all the deductions and credits you're entitled to, and represent you before the IRS if needed. This is especially important if you have a complex situation, such as business income, investments, or are facing a large tax bill you can't pay. Be wary of scams and ghost preparers who refuse to sign the returns they prepare. Use the IRS's own directory of credentialed preparers to find a qualified professional in your area. Their expertise is an investment in your financial well-being. Let's bring it all together. Today is the day. The October 15th deadline will not wait, and it will not be extended again. Your path forward is clear. First, file your return today. E-file for speed and security. Second, pay what you can. Use one of the IRS's secure online payment tools. Third, if you can't pay in full, set up a plan. Apply for an installment agreement online. Taking these 3 steps, file, pay, and plan, will keep you in compliance, minimize penalties, and put you on the path to resolving your tax obligations. The feeling of relief that comes from taking control of the situation is immense. Don't let another minute slip by. Act now.